cameras before you get freaky.
It's week 8 of the 2030 season, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. He's 5th in the NFL in passing yards entering this week. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners at 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warner. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here's McCarthy.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. We'll call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
He finds his man, complete. That's Warner. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 1st overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. 14 yards that time for number 14. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
That's pulled in by Brooks. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Play action. It's Goff.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you've got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warner, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a give right side. Warner. And they're going to lose some on this play. Big knocked back to the 18. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Warner. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Now McCarthy. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing. Forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Gone.
Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. The Lions at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warner, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. To the air with McCarthy. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Goff now to throw. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Goff. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff got his man. It's Williams.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He finds his man, complete. It's Brooks. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warner. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. It didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work.
And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back, his name right there at the top.
Now Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Quick toss by Goff is complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. In motion, the tight end.
Here comes Brooks.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
To throw is Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
From the 50, it's Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Isaiah Foskey. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now a give, right side. Warner. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Another shot now for this Lions offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's Goff. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing again is Goff. And he's got his man. It's caught for the Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack it back at the 36.
Isaiah Foskey able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score.
As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Jalen Waddle, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And that one, all tied. The Lions got a very strong performance out of their quarterback, Jared Goff. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Goff now looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw, Goff.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Here's Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Goff throwing again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Vikings 42-yard line.
From the gun, here's Goff. And he's got his man on the out route. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now it's Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warner, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, it's Warner. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Up the middle they go. Warner. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Rolling to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end. This is going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
In motion goes the tight end. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
A shotgun snap for Goff.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I think a free play now for Goff. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark
Still
off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Brooks. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
They tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
They'll run with Brooks.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. And this time he is in. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. So nothing doing there, and it's second down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing is McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Throwing again, McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Vikings.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Warner. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's McCarthy.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now a give right side. It's Warner. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
50 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Looking to throw McCarthy. To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now McCarthy.
Going to go down. touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Play action. It's gone.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
And now out comes Minnesota.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. To Jefferson on the slant. And he'll be taken down with a 1st down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. To the air with McCarthy.
And a quick throw here that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Back to throw. McCarthy. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it makes the score 21-10. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
2nd and 11. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Is the gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Chase McLaughlin on.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for the Lions, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.